welcome to class today. The last time we looked at some question under set theory. We looked at application of Venn diagram to two subsets. All right. So today we are going to be looking at application of Venn diagram to three subsets. Okay. So now the question we have is a wire question, and we are going to go through the question and see how you are expected to solve this problem. And now, before we start, I will want you to invite your friends. Let them know the class has started. Okay. So I want a good number on the platform before we commence the class. All right. Now I'm seeing only one person here. Okay. Please share this video with your friend. Let them know that the class has started. Okay. All right. And don't forget, at the beginning of this topic, we define what set theory is all about. Now, we said that set is the collection of well-defined items. So when we talk about set, we are talking about the collection of items that are well-defined. All right. So not all collections are sets, but those collections that are well-defined is what we call sets. And now we begin to use set theory now to solve real life problems. Okay, so this is an example of real life problems that we're going to be making use of the knowledge of set theory that we have learned. Okay, so I want to believe we now have a good number in the class before we start. Okay, so I think we have like three people now on the platform. Okay, please don't forget to remind yourself, your friends that the class have started. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do that. And also make sure you press the like button and also drop your comments about the class. Thank you so much. Now, let us start. Now, let's look at the question carefully. So we are going to be doing two readings. Now, questions like this, it takes understanding. You have to read in between lines to be able to answer this type of questions. Okay. Now, let's look at the question. Now, in a class of 120 students, 60 study mathematics, 40 study physics, 55 study chemistry, and 22 studied none of the three subjects. Okay, now 12 study physics and mathematics only. 8 study chemistry and physics only. 7 study mathematics and chemistry only. You have to find the number of those that study only mathematics. Okay, so now this is the second reading. So the second reading now we have to read in between lines, and we read with 100% understanding. Now let's look at the question again. Now, in a class of 120 students. So now when you look at this question is talking about a class that contains 120 students. So the first thing to do now is to represent the set of those students with an alphabet. So which we are going to be doing now. We say, let Collie you represent the set of all the students in the class. So set of all the students. Okay. Collie you represent the set of all the students. Now let's read further. Okay, so now we have 60 study maths. So what does that mean? That means we have some set of students that study mathematics. So there's a need for us now to represent this set of students that study mathematics with an alphabet. So now let's do that. We have M equals to the set of all the students that study mathematics. So set of those those that studied maths. Okay. Now, M represents the set of those that study mathematics. Now, let's read on. Now, 40 studied physics. So we have another set of students that study physics. So now let's write that. Let P, capital letter P. Don't forget, our set is always represented with capital letter. All right. So capital letter P should represent the set of those that that studied physics. Okay. All right. So now we have 55 study chemistry. We have another set of students that study chemistry. So we have to represent that with another alphabet. Let's say C to represent the set of those that studied chemistry. Okay. All right. So now I want to go through the question again so that I'm going to write all the information here in set notation. Okay, so now let's go through it again. Now, in a class of 120 students, now number of members of the universal set, which is the calling U, this number of all the students is what? 120. That is given in the question. All right, now the second one, 60 study mathematics. Number of those that study maths is what? 50, 60. Okay, 60 study mathematics. Now, 40 study physics. 40 study physics. So number of those that study physics is 40. Okay, now the next one, 55 study chemistry. Number of member of set C, which is those that study chemistry, they have 55. Okay, now we have, and 22 study none of the three subjects. 22 study none of the three subjects. That is neither maths, nor physics, nor chemistry. So we have number of those that study none of chemistry or mathematics or physics. Okay, how many are they? They are 22. So you can see the complement means that these people do not study any of these three subjects, right? So now let's move on. Now in the question we have 12 studied physics and maths only. 12 study physics and maths only. Now the implication of this word only means that these 12 students that study physics and maths only, they didn't study chemistry. That is the meaning. The word only means they didn't study chemistry. All right. So now, so we can write it in set notation as a number of those that study physics and mathematics, but not chemistry. So that is C complement. There are how many? There are 12. Okay. All right. Now let's move on. 8 studied chemistry, physics. 8 study chemistry and physics. What? Only. So number of those that study chemistry and physics only. That means they didn't study mathematics. That's M complement. How many are they? They are 8 in number. All right. Now let's read on. Now, 7 study mathematics and chemistry only. Only. So that means 7 of them study only maths and chemistry. So we have number of chemistry and the number of maths, okay, but not physics, is equals to 7. Okay, so now everything here now have been translated to set notation here. Okay, so now the question wants us to find the number of those that study only mathematics. Those that only mathematics. So how do we write that in set notation? Now, number of those that study only maths. So we have C complement. They didn't study chemistry, intersection P complement. They didn't study physics, and intersection maths. They study only maths. And that is what we want to get now. So let's represent that, let's say with Y. Okay. So we want to know the number of those that study mathematics only. So how do we go about this? All right. Now, before we go into this question, before we solve the problem completely, please don't forget to share this video with your friends. Let them know the class have started. Okay. So don't let them miss out. Let me see. Okay, we have a good number here. All right. So now we have everything in a set notation. So now let us now draw our Venn diagram. 3 subsets. We have the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay. All right. So the universal set, the total number of students in this rectangle, the universal set, they are all 120. The total sum is 120. All right. So, and we have 3 major sets. We have set A, set M, set P, and set C. Now, let's call this one set C. Now, set C is, let's get the number of all the students in this circle. In this circle, set C. How many are they? C, 55. They are 55. So that means the maximum of students in this class is what? 55. Now let's look at this set now, this circle. Now let's call this M, which is the set of those that study mathematics. The total students that study mathematics is what? 60. So that means the whole circle here now, the total number of students that will be in this circle will be what? 60. Now let's look at the third set. That's P. Those that study physics. How many are they? There are 40. So the total number of students you are going to see in this circle must be what? 40, according to our question. All right. Now, we now begin to enter our values. Now, the first thing to enter is those that study the 3 subjects. Those that study the 3 subjects. How many study the 3 subjects? It's unfortunate we are not given. So we can represent that with X. Now, X will represent the set of those that study the 3 subjects. That is chemistry, mathematics, and what? And physics. All right. So now let's come back to the question. Now, we are given the number of those that studied none of chemistry, mathematics, and physics. How many are they? 22. So 22 will be outside here. So 22 of them did not study any of the 3 subjects, right? So now let's move on now. Now, number of those that study mathematics and physics, but do not study chemistry. How many are they? There are 12. Let's look at physics and mathematics. This is the circle for mathematics and this for physics. So the region we have here is the region of those who study maths only. Now, when you look at this, you will see maths only and physics. So only maths and physics. So you will not see C in this region. Look at it. This region here. This is maths and physics only. All right. Maths and physics only. How many? We have 12. So that means the total number of students we are going to have here is going to be 12. Okay. Now let's move down to the next one. Now what we have here is number of those that study chemistry and physics, but not mathematics. That is chemistry and physics only. Now, chemistry and physics only. This region, we have chemistry and physics only. Look at this region now. There is no mass here. This circle of mass, no mass here. So you can see here is chemistry and physics only. So how many students are there? We have 8 of them. Chemistry and physics. All right. Now, the next one, number of those that study chemistry and mathematics, but not physics. That is chemistry and maths only. Chemistry and maths only is this region. Now, when you look at this place, you can only see this circle of chemistry and maths here. So here now, you can't see this physics here. Okay, so how many are they? There are 7 in number. To those that study chemistry and mathematics only. All right. So what is the next thing to do? Now the next thing now is to find the number of those that are here, those that study chemistry only, those that study mathematics only, and those that study physics only. Okay, can we do that together now? All right. Now, don't forget, we said that the whole circle, everything inside this circle should not be more than 55. Okay, so now all we just need to do to remove, we are going to remove 7, x, and 8 from 55. Now what we now have left is going to be the number of those that study chemistry only. Now let's do that. So we have 55 minus, now let's add all of these from 55. So we have 7 plus 8 plus x. So that's 55 minus 15 minus x. Hope you get that. All right, so that is going to be 40 minus x. Okay, so the number of those that studied chemistry only will be 40 minus x. Why the number of those that study chemistry altogether 55? Hope you can differentiate between the two. All right, now let's move down to this place. Those that study only mathematics, the region here. So the whole circle here is 60. So we just remove all of this that is inside the circle. The remaining one is going to be the number of those that study mathematics only. Now let's do that together. So we have 60 minus 7 plus 12 plus x. Okay, so now that is going to be 60 minus 19 minus x. All right, so that is going to give you what? 41 minus x. So this is going to be the number of those who study mathematics only. Okay, now the next thing is to get the number of those that study physics only. Now let's do that. We have 40 minus, and let's take away all of these. So we have 8 plus 12 plus x. So that's going to be 40 minus, when you add this together, that gives you 20 minus 20 minus x. All right. You know why we are having minus here? You know, when you multiply through by minus, everything inside the bracket will now have minus. Okay, so the same thing also applies to you. You can see now everything has minus, everything here has minus. All right, so now this is going to give us 20 minus x. All right, so we have all the parts now represented with a number. All right, so the next thing now is to add all the 8 parts of the 3 subsets together and equate it to 120. So that is the next thing to do. So that will help us now to get the number of those that study the 3 subjects. Okay, now let's do that. Okay, if you are just joining, we are solving our problem under application of Venn diagram to 3 subsets. Okay, so now this is what we have. So we are adding the 8 parts. Now look at it. In 3 subsets, we have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, and part 8. All of these parts, if you add all the parts together, you equate it to the universal set, because all of these parts is equals to 120. And don't forget, everything is inside the universal set. Okay, so now let's do that. So we have the part 1, which is 40 minus x, plus the part 2. Look at it. That's 41 minus x, plus part 3. That is what? 20 minus x, plus part 4. Part 4 is 8, plus 8, plus part 5, that is 7, part 6, that is 12, part 7, that is x, and part 8, that is 22. It was 22. Now you equate everything to 120. 120. Okay, so now let's find a way of adding all the numbers we have here. Now when you add 40 and 41 together, you have what? 81. So 81 plus 20, that is 101. Okay, plus 8, that is 109. Okay, so 109. So plus 7, that is 116. So we have 116. Okay, so plus 12, that's 128. 128 plus 22, that gives you what? That is 150. Okay, that is 150. So that means if you add all the numbers together, you should have 150. Okay, so we have 150. Now let's add the x together. We have minus x plus minus x plus minus x. How many minus x is that? That is minus 3x. Okay, so now let us add 1 x to it. That gives you minus 2x. You get that now? So you have minus 3x and you have 1x. That gives you minus 2x. So we have minus 2x. Everything equals to what? 120. All right, so the next thing is to collect the like terms. Now let's move this 150 to this side. We have 120. Okay, now let's write this. Minus 2x equals to 120 minus 150. Okay, so we have minus 2x equals to minus 30. Now the next thing is to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. So that is minus 2. So we have x equals to minus 30 over minus 2. And therefore x equals to what? 15. Now Don't forget, X represents the set of students who study the 3 subjects. So this must carry students. Okay, now the question wants us to get the number of those that study mathematics only. Mathematics only. So you come here, look at mathematics only. This is mathematics only. So now you have number of those that study mathematics only. So I'm going to write that in set notation, or I may write it in words, but set notation is shorter. All right, so I'm going to have P complement intersection C complement intersection N. So this is the number of those that study mathematics only. All right, and that is equals to 41 minus X. Okay, hope you get that. Now, can you see that? Yes. So now you have 41 minus 15. So when you subtract, what do you have? You have 26 students. You have 26 students. So this is the number of those that study only mathematics. All right. So that is what the question requires from us. Okay. So suppose this question is given to you in the exam. Now, how do we mark? Now, the first thing is for representing all of these correctly in your Venn diagram. So we are going to be having B3, 3 marks. And for any wrong entry or anyone you forget to enter, there will be a subtraction of half mark. And let's say, for instance, now you don't remember to put plus to 40. Okay, you didn't tell us that, okay, this one is set of P, so you are having minus half. You don't have it here, you have minus half. So for any wrong entry, so you'll be having minus half. So that is the more reason why you have to be very detailed and be careful whenever you are solving a problem of this form. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, the second thing here is for writing this expression, adding all the 8 parts equating to 120, there will be a method mark 1 for that. Okay, for simplifying until you get to this level, we have M1. And for getting this, we have A1. That is the number of those that study the 3 subjects. Now, okay, now for writing this one out and substituting correctly, there will be a method mark for that, for those that study only mathematics, and also for getting the correct answer with units, you get an accuracy mark of 1. So if peradventure you forgot to put units, now the implication is you are not going to get the mark here, so you get 0. So always remember to put units whenever you are solving problem of this form. All right, so I want to believe you have your writing material. Okay, so because you are going to be doing some tasks for me now. So if you have not gotten your biro and your book, please get it now, because you want to do something now. Okay, so hope you have gotten that. All right, so why some are getting it now, if you observe that some of your friends are not on the platform, kindly reach out to them. And don't forget, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe and also share the videos we have done. Share the videos with your friends. Okay, thank you. Now, the question you are going to do for me, now the first question, number 1, find the number of those that do or that study only one subject. Only one subject. All right. Do you get that question? Find the number of those that study only one subject. So you are making use of this Venn diagram. So you find the number of those that study only one subject. So now let me wait for your answer. So do it and drop your answer in the comment section. So I want to see your results. The number of those that study only one subject from your Venn diagram. Okay, now let's make an attempt now. Let's do it now. Okay, I'm still waiting for your answer. Okay, somebody is asking if the first page I cleaned will be marked. Yes. Now, let me answer that question. Now, solving this kind of problem, you see, you must tell us what M is, C is, and P. If you don't declare all of these alphabets, now what it means is that your Venn diagram does not have meaning, because I could have said that let C represent the set of those that study mathematics. So it's just an alphabet. So I just decided to use C, not because chemistry is starting from C. You can use A to represent the set of those that study chemistry. All right. So now it's very, very important for you to represent. Let us know what M is, what C is, and what P is. If you don't do that, now the implication is your Venn diagram does not have meaning. And the consequence is once the diagram do not have meaning, so you are scoring 0 for the diagram. And do you know the meaning of that? Once the diagram is 0, so since you are making use of the diagram to solve, so do you know what it implies? So always remember to tell us what your set, your alphabet represents. Is that taken? Though no mark is attached to it, but you are going to pay a very huge price for not telling us what the alphabet represents. So let's take note of that. All right, so alpha now. Yes, I can see some people dropping answer. I can see 26 students. 6 students. Okay, that's Balogun Femi. Now let's wait for others to drop their answer. Okay, let's wait for others. Okay, somebody is asking for the total marks for the question. So you can add, we have 3 marks here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 marks. 8 marks for the question, for that question. 8 marks. All right, so let's wait for others. Okay, I can see 45 students. Balogun Remilekun. Okay, so 45. Oluwatosin, you have 26 students. 26 students. 26 students. Okay, Balogun Femi, I can see 26. I can see 5. Which one standing with? Okay. All right, let's solve the problem. Let's solve. Okay. Now, Anike, we have 26. I have another answer here. Adebayo, that's 30 students. Okay. Omolara, I can see 5 students. Are you sure? 5 students. 5 students. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I can see another 26 by Balogun Femi. All right. Okay, so now let's see. Let's confirm the correct answer. Let's confirm the correct answer. Okay, I want us to do this problem together. Now, what the question is asking us to find, we have to find the number of those that study only one subject. Only one subject. Now, what the question is asking for is for you to give us the number of those that study only chemistry and only mathematics and only physics. Add the numbers together. So that is what we want to do now. So I will write number of those that studied only one subject will be equals to, now let's add only chemistry, we have 40 minus x, plus only mathematics, we have 41 minus x, and only physics, we have 20 minus x. All right, now let's add the numbers together. 40 plus 41, that is 81. 81 plus 20, that gives you 101. So we have 101. Now let's add the x together. So we have minus x, minus x, minus x. So we are having 3 minus x. That is minus 3x. So negative 3x. All right. So we have gotten x before. X is 15. So we have 101 minus 3 times 15. You know, this is 15. Those that study all the 3 subjects, 15. Okay, so now we now have 101 minus 45. Okay, so we have 46 students. I said 46, sorry, that should be 56. 56 students. Okay, so 56 students studied only one subject. 56 students study only one subject. I want to believe you get that. All right, so that is the answer to that problem. Okay, so now we are going to do another one. So let me give you another one. So that's the answer to that problem. Those of you that got 56, so that is good. All right, and those of you that did not get it, it is good that you tried. So now let's look at this one. This is another question for you. I told you to get your pen and your book, writing material. So, okay, now this is the second question. How many students studied only 2 subjects? How many students studied only 2 subjects? Okay, so can we quickly try that? How many students study only 2 subjects? All right, now let me see your answer. Drop your answer in the comment section. How many students studied only 2 subjects? Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Now, everything is on the Venn diagram. Hope you can see that. So let me clean all these parts. It should be glaring. This is your X. All right, we can even clean all these ones and clean this. Okay, I think it's clearer now. So how many students studied only 2 subjects? Okay, so yes. Okay, I can see 27, I can see 30, 27, 25. Yes, 27, 25 study only maths only. I said number of those that study only 2 subjects. Okay, Basirat Ola 27. All right. Okay. Now let's wait for others. Okay. I can see Alabede 44 students. Yes. Anike 25. Aisha 27. Bamidele 27. Okay. So 27 students study only 2 subjects. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, because of our time, let's move. Let's move. Is anybody dropping an answer? Okay. All right. I can see an answer. 27. Study only 2 subjects. 27, 27. Okay. Now, it seems I'm seeing a lot of 27. So, I'm guessing 27 is likely to be the answer. Now, let us confirm. Let's confirm. Okay. Now, from our Venn diagram, now, we want to know the number of those that study only 2 subjects. Only 2 subjects. Now, what comes to my mind is, where is the region of only 2 subjects? This region here, and here. It's as simple as that. This place is only 2 subjects. Now, this place is 3 subjects. You can see the 3 circles are here, but it's just only 2 circles. Now here, region of 2 circles, this place too, region of 2 circles, region of 2 circles. So now number of those that studied only 2 subjects will be 7 plus 8 plus 12, and that is going to give us 27 students. So this is the answer. So majority of us get that. So I want you to clap for yourself. That is very good. That means you are learning. All right. So I have another one for you. Okay. Hope you are ready for this. All right. I wish everybody will answer to this problem. Now, this is the question. Question number 3. Question number 3. How many studied at least 2 subjects? How many studied at least 2 subjects? How many study at least 2 subjects? Okay. Now, let me wait for your answer. Please, I want you to read the question very well. Make sure you understand what the question is saying before you give me the answer. How many? Your Venn diagram. Look at the Venn diagram. We have all the details here. So, how many students studied at least 2 subjects? Now, before you answer this, now wait. I think I need to show you how we are to award mark to this solution. Now, for showing this, there's a method mark. And getting your answer, you have A1. Now, there's something I want you to know. When questions like this is asked, you cannot just do the calculation in your brain and just say, okay, the answer is 27. So if you are given this type of question in an exam, you're expected to show your workings, how you arrive at 27. Don't just jump at 27. And don't forget, always remember to put your units. And the third one I'm going to emphasize on is this. Now, the question asks for the number of those that study only 2 subjects. Some people will just write 2 subjects equals to 2 subjects is not the same thing as number of students that study 2 subjects. So always make sense in your presentation. Make sure you are making sense. You are communicating, and always assume that the person that is going to mark your script, very tough. There are some people that mark scripts, they don't give room for any mistakes. So you have to be detailed in what you do. So please, let's take note of this. Okay, now can we now move down to this? Now let us move down to this and let's begin to drop the answer in the comment section. How many studied at least 2 subjects? All right, so I want to know the first person that will get the correct answer. All right. Okay, let's begin to attend to the next question. Let's attend to the next question. How many studied at least 2 subjects? How many studied at least 2 subjects? Yes, what is happening? I supposed to be seeing answers rolling in. Okay, are we trying to buy time? So who would be the first person to give us the answer? Okay. Oh, Anike is just greeting us. I will want your answer. Please make sure you are solving. Let's see your answer. So let's drop our answers in the comment section. Anybody? Okay. Is there anybody giving us the answer? Oh, I can see progress. 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 We have 12 students. 12 students studied at least 2 subjects. Okay. Shotola, 12 students. Okay, I guess that should be 12 students because I'm only seeing 12. All right. So Adebayo, Patricia, 12 students. 12 students. I need more answer before we verify the answer we are giving. Okay, 12, 12, 12, Balogun, 12. Okay, yes, 12. Okay, a lot of people are saying 12 students. 12 students. There's no contrary answer. Alabede, 12. Adegboyega, Titi Lola, 12. Okay. Can I see one more person? And okay, show me the year today. Okay, 12 students. 12 students. Okay, let's confirm the validity of your answer. Okay. Now the question is asking for at least 2 subjects. How many people or how many students study at least 2 subjects? Now let me start with this before I solve the problem. Now, if I give an instruction in the school that if you are coming to school tomorrow, you must have at least 500 naira in your pocket. You must have at least 500 naira in your pocket. Otherwise, you'll be sent back home. Otherwise, you'll be sent back home. My instruction is you must have at least 500 naira in your pocket. Otherwise, you'll be sent back home. You'll be sent home. Okay. All right. Now, so now look at that instruction. Now, if a student comes to school with 200 naira, now we all know that that student will be sent home because I gave instruction that you must have at least the least you must have in your pocket, the smallest you must have in your pocket is what? 500. So nobody is expected to bring something less than 500. So you are supposed to have 500 or more. So if somebody comes with 1 million, of course that person will still remain in the class because I have given the minimum benchmark, the minimum bench amount, which is 500. Now let us now relate that to our question here. Now the question says that how many students studied at least 2 subjects? Studied at least 2 subjects. That is the number of students that study 2 subjects or more. That is the meaning. You know, when I discussed about the morning earlier, I said even if you bring 1 million to class, you are still in order. You will still remain in school. So now that means from 500 upward. The same thing also applies to this. From 2 subjects upward, the number of students that study at least 2 subjects. Now that means that we are asking for the number of students that study 2 subjects and more. 2 subjects and more. Now, so I will start by writing number of those that studied at least 2 subjects. At least 2 subjects will be equals to those that study 2 subjects and more. At least 2. The minimum is 2. So 2 upward. Now, I'm writing those people that study 2 subjects. We have 8 plus 7 plus 12. And those that studied 3 subjects, which happen to be the maximum in this case. So that is plus x. because X study the 3 subjects. All right. So now, we are now going to add now. This is 15. Now 15 plus 12. That is what? 27 plus X. Okay. So that is going to give you 27 plus X is 15. Okay. So now we have our what? So let's add this and this. We have 30, 40, 42. 42 students. 42 students studied at least 2 subjects. Can you see that now? 42 students study at least 2 subjects. That is 2 upward. 2 upward. Okay. So I want to believe you've gotten that. All right. So I'm giving you another one. So I want to see the first person that will get the correct answer. So I told you to get your writing materials ready, your notes and your biro. Now let's look at this one. Okay, before I give you this question, now let me tell you how we are going to award the mark. For writing all of this, we have M1. Okay, for substituting the value of X, we have M1, and for getting your answer, we have A1. So 3 marks for that session. All right, now so let's look at the fourth question. Find the number of those who studied at most one subject. At most one subject. Find the number of those who study at most one subject. Okay, I expect you now to get this so you can relate that together. So now let me see your results for this. Okay, let's try this. Let's try it. Don't be discouraged that you miss the other one. So make an attempt. Let me see what you're going to have here. Find the number of those who studied at most one subject. Okay, so I'm going to wait for your answers. So drop your answer in the comment section. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. The number of those who study at most one subject. At most one subject. At most subjects. Number of those that studied at most one subject. Oh, somebody have dropped an answer. That is Bamidele. 56 students. Okay, let's wait for others. Okay, I can see Shotola as well. 56. Oh, okay, 56. Now let's wait for others. Okay, Balogun, Remilekun. We have 52 students. Adeboye, we have 56 students. Okay. Now let's wait for others. Let's wait for others. Okay. Yes, I can see Uber now. Oluwaseun. Okay, we have 56 students. Progress, 56 students. Okay. I think everybody is now getting the same thing. Probably maybe that is going to be the answer. Okay. Now 56. Let's verify. Let's verify if that is correct. Okay, now let's look at this. Now, you have to find the number of those who study at most one subject. At most one subject. That is, you are giving the maximum. You are giving the maximum. We must not have any student that study more than one. At most. The highest is what? One. So if I say the highest is one, so that means I may not even study at all. If I say you must have maximum of 10 naira in your pocket or $10 in your pocket, said you must have maximum of $10 in your pocket. So if you did not have any money, you are still on point. Okay, because I said maximum. I've not given the minimum. So the maximum is 10. So in this case now, the maximum should be one subject. So that means one subject down. So now number of those that studied at most one subject is going to be, now let's add those that study one subject. This is only one, this is one. So we have 40 minus x plus 41 minus x plus 20 minus x plus, now those that did not study any of the subjects, so that's plus 22. Okay, so now let's add the numbers together. This plus this, that's 81. Okay, now plus 20, that is 101. 101 plus this, that's 123. 123. Okay, so we have minus x minus x minus x, making minus 3x. Minus 3x. Okay, so now you have 103 103 minus 3 times 15. Don't forget, our x is 15 here. Okay, x is 15. So now, so this is going to be 123 minus 45 plus 45. Okay, so minus 45. So when you do that, what do you have when you subtract 45 from this? That's going to be 60 what? When you subtract that, you have 65. Is that 65 or 68? That will be 68. Yes, that will be 68. So 68 students. Okay, is it 68 or 78? So that's 78 So 78. So because we are adding 5 to that. So that is 78 students. 78 students. So that is the solution to that problem. So is there anybody that got the answer? Let me quickly check. Anybody? 78. Okay, I think Shomide later dropped 78 and Adebayo. Patricia, okay, that's a very good one. So you can give it to yourself. That is good. So now to get the number of those that study at most one subject. At most one subject. So you add the number of those that study only one, this plus this plus this, and plus those that did not study any of the 3 subjects. Okay, so when you add everything together, substitute in the value of x. So, and you have this. So for writing this expression, we have m1 for substituting m1 and for getting this a1. So you have to mark all together. Okay, so I think we have tried for today. So tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. So we are going to continue from where we stopped. So we are going to be looking at other questions under set theory. I want to believe that you've learned one or two things. Don't forget to always share the videos anytime you watch, and drop your comments, your impression about the class, and also you should also share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. So let us meet tomorrow for another wonderful class. So before you leave the platform, I need your impression about the class. Let me have your impression about the class and your opinion about the class. Thank you so much. So bye bye.